Hello, welcome back to the second lecture of Maths Definite Integration topic. So today we will see further numericals based on integration. Our next question is find alpha if integration 0 to 1, lower limit 0, upper limit 1, 3x square plus 2x plus alpha is equal to 0. That means here they have given us the answer of integration as 0. If we solve this, we are going to get 0. So we have to find missing term alpha from the equation. Let's start. I am writing this LHS first. So since given that this integration dx is equal to 0, so our job is to solve this integration. Therefore, what we can do is x square integration is x cube by 3, this constant as it is, plus this 2 constant as it is. Integration of x is x square by 2 plus, now alpha is some constant or we don't know what it is, so we will write alpha as a constant into 1, so it is x. Integration of 1 is x, you know the rule, and I will write lower limit and upper limit like this. Now what we are going to do is we are going to substitute upper limit minus lower limit 0 and we will try to solve LHS. Right, so 3 cancel. First we will get it in the proper form. 2 and 2 cancel, plus alpha x 0 to 1 is equal to 0. Therefore 1 cube, I am just putting upper limit value, plus 1 square plus alpha into 1 minus lower limit 0 cube plus 0 square plus alpha into 0 is 0. So therefore 1 cube is 1, 1 square is also 1, plus alpha minus this 0 becomes 0. So I am not writing that, I am just writing RHS. Therefore 2 plus alpha is 0, therefore alpha is minus 2, which we have got as a answer. So missing term alpha is minus 2. Understood? Okay, so we will solve further such example. Now in this case they have given us two integrals. Integration x cube dx from a to b is 0 and integration x square dx from again a to b is 2 by 3. So basically they have given us two integration equations. We have to solve to find upper as well as lower limit ab. Okay, so first we will solve one side and then we will solve second side. Okay, so for that we need to do partition. I am just doing the partitioning like this. In exam you can solve below one another, no harm, or you can do partition because they have given two equations. So first I am solving this as integration a to b x square dx as 2 by 3. Okay, so just solve it. We get x cube by 3 as a to b as 2 by 3. Therefore if I just take this 1 upon 3 out, we get x cube a to b as 2 by 3. So this 3 and 3 gets cancelled. So, and if I just substitute the value of this, we get b cube minus a cube as 2. So we are just writing this as equation 1. Okay, we are getting b cube minus a cube as some value 2. Now we will solve this side or this equation. So I am just solving what they have given. Okay, so therefore if I expand this, or if I find integration of this, I get x raised to 4 upon 4 a to b as 0. Therefore 1 upon 4 I will take out, and x raised to 4 a to b as 0. Now this, when I shift it here, it becomes 0. So x raised to 4 is 0. So that means b raised to 4, when I substitute these limits, minus a raised to 4 is 0. Okay. Now you know that this is x square minus y square, right? So I can write this as b square minus a square ka square. So I can write this as b square plus a square into b square minus a square at 0, using this rule. X square minus y square is x plus y, x minus y. Okay, so same rule I have applied here. Now you can just observe these two terms. See, sometimes you can't just go on solving, you have to observe and then check. So when I check this, what you can find is, here this is positive terms and this is negative, that is subtraction of two terms. So b square plus a square, when I just consider these two terms, there is an addition of two terms. So I am not considering or going to say anything about this, but I can very well say that when there is a subtraction of two terms, that means b square minus a square becomes 0. So this product becomes 0. Okay, when I am adding, it is hardly there is a chance that the product becomes 0, because there is a square term. So even if I consider one of them as negative, right? So negative square becomes, negative term square becomes positive. So after that, when I am adding those, it will turn out to be positive. So their subtraction term I will consider as b square minus a square at 0. So I am discarding this and choosing this as this term must be 0. So the product of these terms is 0. So therefore choosing b square minus a square at 0. So I can say that b square is a square. Therefore b is plus or minus a. Okay, this is my equation 2. B is plus or minus a. Now what I am going to do is substituting this equation 2 in 1, because here we have some value. So substituting equation 2 in 1. Okay, this is my equation 2. So I have to do two substitution, one for positive a and another for negative a. So I can say that when it is positive, the a cube minus a cube is 2. For another term it is minus of a cube minus a cube is 2. So that is minus 2a cube is 2. So a cube is minus 1, a is minus 1. Okay, let's see, I have solved here. Okay, just check out that. So when b is, I can say, when I choose a as minus 1, that time b will become 1, right? So these are the values. Got it? So a, since a is minus 1, from this equation we can find out here it is negation. So b is 1. Okay, so this is the answer. Now consider the next sum. Integration 0 to 2, 1 upon this term. So you remember we have solved such type of terms in indefinite integration also. So you know how to solve this. So this is 0 to 2. Okay, first I am going to take this, arrange these terms in the descending order of their indices. So this becomes 1 upon minus x square plus x plus 4 dx. Now I am going to remove this negative sign, so this becomes x square minus x minus 4, and I am going to take this as my negative, right? That means multiplying and divided by minus 1. Alright, now what will happen? I am going to find a perfect square term for this, so that that you will come to know by practice. So this is minus 1 upon x square minus x plus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4. That means this is my perfect square term, and this minus 4 as it is. So what I am going to do, this is a perfect square term and this is constant term which we are going to solve. So this becomes 0 to 2 minus 1 upon x minus half the whole square. I am considering this term. Okay, these two terms I am considering separately. So x minus half whole square minus, this is 16, so minus 17 by 2, minus of 17 by 2 dx. So if I want to write it in square form, I can write it as 1 upon minus 1 upon x minus half square minus root 17. Okay, sorry, this is upon 4, LCM is root 17 by 2 whole square. Okay, now as there is a negative sign here, what we will do is we will just swap these two terms, so negative sign will vanish. So this becomes 0 to 2 1 upon, just see why I have rearranged these terms in order to remove this negative sign. Okay, so this is, so now you know the form. This form is 1 upon a square minus x square, which is 1 upon 2a log of a plus x upon log of a minus x. So we will do that. So that is equal to 1 upon 2a, so 1 upon 2 into a, so that is root 17 by 2. A is root 17 by 2. I am just showing it again, this. Okay, minus, sorry, into log of a plus x, so a plus x, a is root 17 by 2 plus x is x minus half upon a minus x, root 17 upon 2 minus this. Okay, then you have to write the limits. So now further solve this. So this becomes 1 upon root 17 into log of, we will solve this, root 17 plus 2 into x minus half upon root 17 minus 2 into x minus half 0 to 2. Go on solving this further till you get the answer. Into log of, so just look at this, you get the root of 17 plus 2x minus 1 upon root of 17 plus, minus 2x plus 1. Understood? Now just substitute for lower and upper limit in this. So here I am going to substitute 2 for 1 this and then 0. So it will, this is little bit lengthy but easy, just substitution work is there. So we get here log of root 17 plus 2 into 2, 4 minus 1 upon root 17 minus 4 plus 1 minus, when I put 0 here we get root 17 minus 1 because this terms become 0. Okay, upon root 17 plus 1. Okay, this is after substitution. So if I just solve this, I get 1 upon root 17 log of root 17 plus 3 upon root 17 minus 3, okay, minus root 17 minus 1 upon root 17 plus 1. So there is no space actually. Okay, so I am just discarding this which I have already written. We will write it in the next form, no problem. So this becomes 1 upon root 17 into log of, so just see, these two are in the numerator denominator form, minus of numerator denominator form, and we have all this in the log. So when you solve this, you are going to get it as log of root 17 plus 3. Okay, now this will be coming in the numerator as a product into root 17 plus 1. See, because this minus है तो log of this upon log of this आएगा. So this will become in the numerator, this will be a reciprocal upon root of 17 minus 3 into root of 17 minus 1. Okay, so little bit lengthy, but it's a normal calculation. So when I expand, when I multiply them, I'm going to get it like this way, into log of, this is only for this root 17, so that is 17 plus 3 root 17 plus 1 root 17 plus 3 upon 17 minus 3 root 17 minus root 17 plus 3. Be careful while solving. So when I further solve this, you get log of 20 plus 4 root 17 upon 20 minus 4 root 17. That's it. This is the answer. Okay, so little bit lengthy, but nothing to worry. Okay, so for the next sum, I am just writing this here and then we will solve. Now see, this is the sum. Okay, so 1 upon square root term, right? 1 upon square root of minus x square plus 4x. So our first job is to keep this minus sign out. So x square minus 4x dx, right? So I am going to identify the complete square term for this. So 0 to 4, 1 upon, now this is negative 1 into x square minus 4x plus 4 minus 4. See, that means I have to add 4 and minus 4 in order to make it complete square. Okay, so you know this already, you have studied in the lower standards 9th and 10 how to make it. Here we are just using it, so I am going it fast. Now out of this I am going to use this as a perfect square term and this is a separate term. So what we are going to get is under root of minus 1 into x minus 2 whole square minus 2 the whole square, and just remember, to this whole bracket we have minus 1 multiplied, and this is all under root sign. So we are going to get 0 to 4, 1 upon, now if I just take this minus sign inside, I am going to get it as 1 upon under root of 2 square minus x minus 2 the whole square. Okay, now what is the advantage of taking this minus sign out in the first step is later we can just negate, that means this becomes plus and this becomes minus. Okay, so do you remember this formula, familiar with this, a square minus a square? Yes, this is sine inverse x, so that is sine inverse x by a, so that is sine inverse x minus 2 upon 2, 0 to 4. Okay, so just put the values of the limits in order to get the answer. So that is sine inverse This is going to be 4 minus 2 by 2, so that is sine inverse 1 minus sine inverse 0 minus 2 by 2 is sine inverse minus 1. Okay, so sine inverse of 1 is pi by 2. Sine 90 is, since sine 90 degree is 1 or pi by 2 is 1, so sine inverse of 1 is pi by 2 minus of minus pi by 2. Sine inverse of minus 1 is minus pi by 2. So this becomes pi by 2 plus pi by 2, which is nothing but pi. So our final answer is going to be pi. Okay, so just remember this inverse rules. In last chapter we have already studied. Here just by putting the limits we are going to further solve it, right?